this corner right here is really bad about it.
See the tracker, he's 2/10 off. That's exactly what Jamie's talking about, those tires squealing.
Yeah, and he's going to go ahead and opt to run a second lap, another lap right here, knowing that lap didn't have the speed that they need.
Look at some of those drivers below that yellow line that would not advance currently. You got Austin Hill, A.J. Allmendinger down there, Anthony Alfredo, who won the pole here 2 years ago, is 12th in Group B qualifying, and everyone trying to join the 5 that advanced from Group A. Van Gisbergen, Kligerman, Allgaier, Balicki, and Sammy Smith.
Yeah, and Austin, I mean, you hear those tires squall, and that car looks really loose. When he tries to apply the throttle, you can hear the engine rev up because it's spinning the rear tires. This car's not carrying the front end like we've seen some of the cars do. It's probably got a little bit of a different setup in it, intentionally not wanting that, but it's just not generating the rear grip. He's going to be frustrated with what's going to happen right here.
Starting to look like 6 of our 10 running for the pole will be from Joe Gibbs Racing and Junior Motorsports. And the teammates from Stewart Haas appear to be on their way to round 2 as well. Man, he's giving it everything it's got, right?
Oh, so much, yeah. And I'll tell you, we only have a minute and 20 seconds left, and we have 6 or 7 cars on track right now trying to get into that top 5. You see he's loose getting into 9, 10, 11, using as much of the racetrack as he can, trying to drive down to that. Look at the front tires. You see him sawing on the wheel, trying to keep that car underneath him and get to that start-finish line.
I said this earlier, you just have to start your lap. You don't have to finish it. So with 50 seconds to go, keep that in mind as drivers go out and make one last-ditch effort to advance to round 2.
Yeah, and some of these guys, 6th and 7th, both Parker Retzloff and Jeb Burton, they only need about 3/10. We see Allmendinger has pulled back out, let those tires cool down. This will be a big lap for him. He's going to have a lot of pressure on him, knowing that he's only going to have the one lap, you know, to put it together right here. I don't think he's going to make it. If he does make it back to the start-finish line, it's going to be extremely close.
Need to be to 1:14.03 to jump above that cut line.
See, he's got a little bit in the bank right here, a couple tenths.
The 4 guys bottom right are those that are out there. Austin Green, Jeb Burton, Parker Retzloff, the teammates of Jordan Anderson Racing, and we're on board with A.J. Allmendinger. Time has expired, so once you cross the start-finish line here, that is it. The alternate start-finish line.
Oh, he drove in there so deep. You see, he made up about 2.5 tenths on the entry to that corner. And if he knew, I knew it, if he knew what we did, that the guys below him were not going to be able to get by him, he wouldn't have
done that.
Oh, he's tore his car up now.
I thought I heard the crunch. I assumed he hit the barrier, and he did. Now, and he hit the curb hard coming back on as well. Allmendinger, the good news, goes to 3rd. The bad news is they've got some damage, and he's not the only one off track. Jeb Burton also going off in turn 12.
Yeah, and again, if I'm a crew chief on the box, I'm going to wear my driver out. I know that we want to be on the pole, but we can't. The 3,000ths that you're making up by pushing that limit, we can't tear our car up heading into the race in just a few hours.
Allmendinger goes to 3rd. Chandler Smith is now on the outside looking in, and here's the lap wrapping up for A.J. Allmendinger.
Yeah, and all of that, Adam, is just because guys are throttling up, trying to get to that line, and knowing they're not going to make the corner, but they don't really mind about running off. You see Allmendinger's around. Jeb was right behind him, spun in almost the exact same place.
How concerned are you about this damage?
Well, Adam, I was a driver, not a crew chief, so
okay.
I'm not gonna fix the corner for him, but. I mean, I'm sure it's fixable. It's just if it's fixable in the amount of time that we have.
Yeah.
But those panels, are composite now, and then they bolt on something like a kit. It just depends on all the bracing and everything that's underneath that, on how tore. Oh,
that maybe concerns me more than backing it into the tire barrier.
Just the back, is maybe fixable. I'm going to show my driver though right now. Hey, here's why we can't do this.
You should be a driver coach.
And I am actually.
Yeah, you are. With a lot of kids.
As a kid, yeah, I'm a driver coach, and I would get frustrated at this. But it's coming back on the racetrack. To me, is doing He's frustrated.
Yep, no
I
doubt.
don't blame him a bit. Amanda, we're going to have to give him a couple seconds, I think.
Or 10